Look at that. And I've got these barracks and war factory sending units as reinforcements.
Battle control initialized.
Hello there, comrades and cannon fodder. It's Dvoid here. I've got a 1v1 multiplayer game on Anar map. My opponent's using Ukraine, I'm using Russia, and we've got a lot of spectators because this, I think it's part of the live stream by Caution. But I was invited by one of the players to join in, and well, I joined the game straight away. So this is the first game that I had. I'm going to put a couple of replays in this post just so it's you know, there's a decent amount of combat and a couple of games for you. And I've sent my engineer with a rifle guard straight up to the closest oil derrick there, and my opponent's doing the same. He trained his engineer first. He's got a dog. He's trained a dog. So he's gone power plant barracks, and then he's got himself a kennel as well. So he's capturing the first oil derrick. I'm capturing mine as well, and I sent the main group of my infantry up here. But I have sent a few rifles ahead to look for enemy engineers and that. Just cause a bit of harassment and distraction, so my enemy doesn't feel confident that he can keep pressing on. You know, these guys here, I'm hoping to intercept the engineer, but I was thinking about him here, look, but I'm too late. I could have gone that way. I'll remember in future the timing, and I should have looked at my own engineer, look. So I should have known I was too late, and I lost a rifleman there, and now this guy, he has survived, but he is too late. Oh, look. My opponent sent him back. That's interesting. What's going to happen here? Now, that's a shame that I didn't just catch him. That's a real shame. It was close, and he sent him back to be safe, obviously. We've got an engagement here, and I'm in trouble. I am capturing the second oil derrick, but I've fallen back. My opponent's using a dog, although he did leave his dog behind, but I've lost everyone, all my rifles. Now, this rifleman's moving out in this direction to reveal the enemy base, but it's a shame I didn't catch him. But my opponent is at least keeping his engineer safe. He's not out and about capturing, at least. So we've got one oil derrick each, so even though with all my losses, it's been worth it. Now I'm building up a few more rifles. Excuse me, I'll get the production tab on. My opponent's building his war factory. I'm ready to place mine now. For some reason. I'm ahead there by quite a bit. I don't know. Oh, he built a kennel, but why there's that much difference, I'm not sure. Maybe it was distraction. So it was, if that's the case, it's even more worth it. But my opponent's securing the oil derricks here and capturing this one. And I haven't got an engineer at this point. I've lost mine. So at the moment, I've got my scout vehicle. At the moment, I'm not doing any capturing. But as soon as I had a decent force, I thought I've got to actually secure the oil derricks. Even if I can't capture them, I need to stop the enemy from capturing them. And I found his engineer, look, I spotted it, ran him down. I thought, where's he going? The dog's trying to get away as well. I mean, I'll let the dog go. You know, cruelty to animals, I'm just not about that. But I've secured that oil derrick, sent him packing. He's lost his engineer, and I knew these guys were haunting about somewhere, creeping around. There's the dog. So that's changed the situation around there. My opponent's got a flak truck as a scout vehicle, but he's not making use of it yet. But I'm in a better position now. Now my opponent is guarding the oil derrick with a dog. That's a very nice use of his assets there. Because if I train another engineer, which it looks like I am going to, it's lucky that I've got it escorted. If that, yeah, it is. It's an engineer, look. And now I'm securing this oil derrick. And yeah, I took out the dog. And I'm holding this oil derrick. Now my opponent, he'll be able to see that, look. He can't see the vehicle, but he knows that's there. And he's going for my engineer here. What's going to happen then? It's well protected. And look at that. Yeah, he can't get enough of a shot on the engineer to take it out. And I sent my vehicle to escort it. And I've captured my second oil derrick. So we've got two each. You know, it's been a lively early game fighting for these oil derricks, and so far I managed to compete. We're both holding on, and this is a good opponent I'm up against, and I wasn't expecting it. This is my first game of the day. I tried to set up a 1v1 and then got invited to this. So, you know, I was in at the deep end against a good opponent. So, you know, I'm pleased with this progress. I'm matching my opponent move for move, and now, in fact, I'm ahead because I'm capturing his oil derrick, but he's going to try and snipe it there. Let's see how he goes about it. I'm not... Interesting. It looks like he's going to capture that. I've got it. So there's no view range there now, but he's still caught my engineer from the back. Well done. That was a nice snipe. And it's a very vulnerable flak truck. Look at that. I might get a shot off. Killed it. Yeah, at least that's worth it. I've got 3 oil derricks and killed the flak truck, so I'm not too bothered about losing that engineer. Right, let's look at some early army values, because, yeah, I've got the advantage here. I wasn't fully aware, but I knew I was in a good position. But I knew anything I could do, my opponent would also be doing. But I have got an advantage in territory I'm in control of. And look, he's got lots of rocket soldiers there. I knew that tank, I had to get it out of there, but it was too late. But luckily, we've both got our MCVs, look, and my opponent set up a base defense straight away. Now, I was worried about that, but my tank will... Oh, and look, that turned out to be useful. It drew fire from the enemy flame tower and allowed me to destroy theirs. Now, the MCVs run away, but I've got a nice army value, provided I was trying to protect my base, look, because I knew this player could easily attack my base while still distracting me elsewhere, and he's gone for 2 war factories. Interesting. And he has expanded here, but I've caught his expansion straight away. I thought, right, well, I'm going to overrun that while I can. He got a last load of ore out of it. Is it going to get away? No chance. Not with that last salvo. Now, 15,000 army value to me, 10,000 to my opponent, and I destroyed his expansion there, so I'm happy about that. And look, this is defended, and these units luckily arrived as these guys were trying to make their way through to my expansion here, and he's actually got an MCV. It moved round, so he was trying to rendezvous with that and group together with an MCV and a small force to make it a stronger force altogether. So it was a very interesting move, that very skillful move, but I've got units on their way and they're intercepting this force as they go. But I knew about this. That's why I'm trying to send these vehicles this way, look. Because I knew about his MCV. Luckily, it doesn't look like he's actually trying to set it up as a base push. He's just running for its life by going by those orders. But this force here is, you see, he's grouping units together, and that flame tower destroyed my expansion. That's not good. Hopefully they'll go there, yeah, that's something. But I thought, right, I need to attack and do something. I can't just keep reacting. And he's drawing units away, look, with that MCV, and it's not a threat. Now, he's got a force here. He's attacking, and my advantage is getting less and less, but he can't stop this force. I've got too much for him. Look at that. And I've got these barracks and war factory sending units as reinforcements, plus more reinforcements anyway. He hasn't got enough to overrun me, to stop me from overrunning, but he's got an attack here. Though this is where my attention was and where I'm placing defences. Look, I was worried because I thought, I can't lose my base now, because if I do and I fail in this attack, look, I was starting to worry. But I sent his tanks through his infantry, and it gave me time. But I was worried about this as well, whether this attack was going to fail. Because, you know, all of a sudden it only takes a moment of, you know, not fighting properly, and you can, both my attack and my defence could fail. But my opponent called it there. He couldn't fight on. It was just too much aggression, and the defence was too solid. So that worked out in my favour, that one. I was pleased with that first game. I'll just go through the graphs and charts for you. Yeah, look, after the first engagement, and I moved forward and took this third oil derrick, I had the advantage from then on, and my opponent was behind. So, yeah, that went in my favour right from that point. Earnings, I did better because I destroyed his expansion here. So he couldn't eco-transfer to it. That had an impact on him, obviously. I've got a basic finishing army, a basic one. Combat, I've got a 12,000 army value left, and my opponent killed 124 units, I killed 126, so it was a very close battle. My opponent lost 9 structures, I lost 2. My opponent destroyed 26,000 credits worth of my assets, I destroyed 34,000 credits worth of my opponent's assets. No support powers in effect, it's too early. And I'm building refineries, defences, troops and heavy tanks. Can't go wrong there. It's only just after 9 minutes, so that's why. Well, I've got 6 ore trucks left. I obviously suffered some losses up here, look, from ore trucks from this attack on my base, and probably bits and pieces elsewhere. But I have got 3 oil derricks. That's a nice little advantage to have. My opponent earned 52,000. I earned 63, and like I say, it was just because I destroyed that expansion there. It was crucial. And I've got nearly 3 grand. My opponent's got just over 3 grand. And my opponent was at 32 actions per minute. I was at 29 actions per minute. There's your scores, 256, 361. All the rest of your stats, etc. And there's the first replay. I'm going to go to the rematch because my opponent wanted a rematch. So I joined back into this server where they were all having games. And we had another game.
Battle control.
So this is game 2, and this one is on Abendland map. And I'm fighting the same opponent. My opponent's using England, I'm using Russia, and we've got plenty of spectators as well. So here we are. I don't know these maps really at all. I have played on them a couple of times, but I don't know them well. So it wasn't great. Let's have a look. Go to production tab. Let's see what my opponent... I wasn't certain what order to go for the oil derricks. I just sent my engineer and went straight for the closest one, but obviously, and my opponent's doing the same, but he hasn't escorted his engineer. But the thing is, these oil derricks all have explosive barrels around them. So you at least have to take care of the closest ones, because it's not wise to leave an engineer next to barrels capturing. Now look, here's the first engagement. And I decided I was losing, but I'll shoot the barrels. Look at that. That soon turned the situation around. Nice. And one of the spectators commented how nice shot it was, and it was a nice shot as well. But I've cleared away the barrels so my engineer can capture, and it has delayed me. But I'm not having a rifleman run up and, you know, kill my engineer and stop me capturing anything. And I caught my opponent nicely there, but I had to use stop command. And look, he's had to fall back there and here, but he is guarding the area. But yeah, he's got his engineer. It's making its way forwards, but he's only going into his base because he doesn't know where to go. He's grouping his units together. So I've got 1 oil derrick, my opponent's got 1. My engineer is here. So my opponent is slightly ahead because I took out the barrels around there before I went anywhere near it. Now it is like maybe a bit over the top to delay that. So in future I'll just capture it and guard it with a rifle or 2. But I won't be capturing these oil derricks when there's barrels around them. I'll clear them away first. Now my opponent's sending an infantryman to check out what's going on. Because a good player will do that and check if you're using a vulnerable build, and he'll find that I'm guarding my base, and it should deter any further rifle scouts. If he wants to scout some more, then he'll need to use a vehicle. I was just reading the some of the comments, some interesting comments. But yeah, I've captured an oil derrick in the centre, and you see here, look, I'm properly securing the area. I'm not leaving it to chance for a rifleman to run up and destroy barrels to kill my engineer. But my opponent has got a ranger, and he's putting his engineer in there for escorting it. I've got an APC. It's just sat idle at the moment, so I hope... Yeah, I'm busy over here, look, securing this. But there you go, there's my engineer. I mean, my APC, and the engineer's capturing. So, there, my opponent's going for this. Now, look, I've got 2 riflemen. For some reason, why didn't I notice that? I saw it, and I delayed so I could get the engineer inside the APC. Now I was thinking of sniping him with the APC, but look, I've got... Yeah, there were. It's just sloppy missing that. That's what they're stood there for. And I saw this ranger snooping about. I'm trying to cut him off. And it delayed my APC's movement a lot. But I'm going to try and retake this. This is what I'm thinking at the moment. So I've got two. My opponent's got two oil derricks. Looks like he's sold some structures. Probably a refinery by the looks of it. I put my third refinery here. It's not right next to the ore patch, but I'll place it there and stick to my standard build. There you go, he's sniped my engineer. I wasn't happy about that. And I'm trying to catch him, look, and he's got away nicely. Rangers are nippy. And his engineer's inside that. So I thought, right, well, I'll destroy this then. And my opponent's moving out with his second MCV. Mine's idle, but yeah, I've just noticed. And I'm moving it out. So we're both going for our first expansion. So I've set my war factory up here. So obviously this is the closest patch. But it may be better to at least set your war factory up here, if not. But I don't know. Mining this early quickly is just as important as anything. But I ran into the enemy and I could have used the view range of the oil derrick. And because my enemy has got a vehicle, I'm at a big disadvantage. Now, they've given a good account of themselves, my troops, but I knew I was in trouble. And then all of a sudden, when that tank's advantage starts to tell, all your units will just die. All of a sudden, you'll lose that engagement. But I'm rallying the rest of my forces by my oil derrick, and I've still got a larger army. So that's good. If I hadn't messed up at the start like that, then I should have been, you know, quite well off. But look, he's drawing the fire from all my troops. That was expertly done. It destroyed a large force, and now I've got a smaller army. So yeah, he kicked me in, gave me a good beat in there. But I'm still I'm still resisting. I'm bringing forward my MCV. And there was a lag. It doesn't show on this, but there was a serious lag for some reason. You know, a lot. So I'm trying to rally defences and my forces here and make a stand with my MCV. And this isn't too bad, look. There we go. And he's wise to back off, and I shouldn't really have placed that there, but I thought I've got to place structures, get me extra view range, build defences, and hold my ground. Because I wanted to hold this ground and then overrun this expansion. But look here, it's not a good situation, but I have got a larger army value now. And my base defences are doing okay. I think they're better against structures, so my base defences will defeat the pillbox against Flame Tower. I believe mine will do better damage. And now I've got a tank there. I've won that engagement. His MCV's running. But he's sent this small force in the middle here, look, and he did quite well to sneak through, and he's intercepted my reinforcement line. But, you know, he had to back off, and I tried also to catch him with these, but he'd gone ahead. Allied medium tanks are just that much, they move more quickly than your heavies and infantry. But I've got my primary production here, because I'm still wanted rid of this. And my opponent, look, he's reinforcing that. He's smart, he knows what he's doing. And he sent this small force right round, look, and it's caught an ore truck straight away, destroyed it, and blocked up that refinery. And I'm in the middle of an eco-transfer now, but two of them can't go where I ordered it, look, because I'm under attack. And these guys have run off. And he's going to check for another expansion, look. You see, he's making constant use of them. It's really effective, like, unit control, that is really good. And I'm in the stage where I'm starting to react to him. But I thought, even though I'm reacting to him, where I know he's got forces, I want to attack this. So there was a double point to doing this. You know, it was hopefully at least an effective move. I'm falling behind in army value, and, you know, my opponent's building up a strong force. So I knew I was in trouble, and I've expanded up this way. But luckily, he's passed that by, and that's the best escort I could do for my MCV, but I knew I had to move out. And look, I still wanted to attack this, but he's mined most of it, so sadly, I delayed a little bit on that, and this same force is going on a big tour of the map to kill my ore trucks. So let's just check how many I've got left. We've got 7 each, so that's not bad. I'm doing well to survive, but he knows I've got defences and that here, so he's probably remembered and thinks he can destroy that. But I'm destroying his 3 ore trucks here, so even if I lose them, it's not the end of the world. And look, I've lost an ore truck there, so my opponent's at 5, I'm at 6 ore trucks, but he's punched through here. And my ore trucks, I've reacted straight away to get them out of there. And I've got this force. And then this same army is still damaging my economy. Look, it's going to attack the oil derrick. And he's destroyed my expansion. But that one's mined out. So these ore trucks are going up here to continue the mining operation. And I ran into a decent enemy force and had to fall back. And then when I saw that, look, he's rallying a big army. So he's caught me in a nice pincer maneuver. That's why this is running, because I knew what was coming. And I'm trying to save what assets I can. I knew I had to give this up. But these are being microed, these defences. Yeah, for what moments they were alive. But I'm still fighting. And there you go, here's an expansion. And I've got 7 ore trucks to my opponent's 6. So I just need to try and hang on at this stage. But reacting is no good. You know, I knew this was here. And I didn't do out. But at this point, I'm starting to send rifles out. Look, you see, I knew it was there. I'm looking and sending rifles out to the right areas. And then I just didn't have many options for expansions. So, this is, look, he's attacked these ore trucks. And I'm reacting here, but I shouldn't have done this, maybe. I was trying to rush to the defence of that MCV. And then I attacked here, look, when I could really have allowed, yeah, I wasn't sure what to do, and I'm still not certain. Staying back, he would have just fortified this. So I tried to fight. And he's got all the elements, he can even build tanks on site, he's got base defences, so I'm in trouble. I'm arranging my tanks, look, trying to fight effectively, trying to get my units into a decent position, but I knew it wasn't a good situation. I'm still mining, though, so my resources should be okay. But then I fell back, look. I've got 9,000, my opponent's got 17,000, and I brought this back, so I've got base defences. And straight away he's off to attack my source of economy, straight away. Now, that's a massive move command. I would like to have smashed that with this force and gone north straight away. Now, I am moving to attack him, but I would like to have caught him in the middle of that move command. And look, you see, I've got primary production and that here, building base defences, but you know, he's caught me with a nice, fast attack. He knew where to hit me, what to do. And, yeah, this time, he's not going to let me get away with it. Maybe, you know, maybe, I'll get another game against him later. We'll see. But this escaped, and I sent the ore trucks and the MCV in different directions, but I saw that he had an expansion. Yeah, look, I knew he had defences there, and I knew he was going to catch me up, because the ore trucks have caught me up. But, yeah, I'm chasing his army. That's not a good sign. He's got more than double my army, so he can attack me now at his leisure. He's still left these here, so I was probably in a way right to ignore that they were there. And there you go, look, here's another engagement. And he's sending tanks in. I'm managing to destroy them with enough rock. There you go, look. And now I've got a tank left, he hasn't. Oh, some barrels there. And I would have seen that with my tank. Yeah, look, I'm ordering an attack move just to blast the last couple of guys with the barrels. Nice, nice to do that. It's never not a good idea. When the enemy's stood near barrels, always detonate them. Infantry just take nice heavy losses, and you see I'm still trying to fight efficiently, but I knew it was just, that was it. Yeah, I won that engagement, but big deal. Taking too many heavy losses, suffered too much, and been reacting to my opponent, and I only got the attack on there. It would have been nice to just send a few units here, and then back here. Just maybe a couple of tanks and rocket soldiers, a couple of rifles, even at the point where I thought I was in trouble. And there you go, there's my last assault, or defence I should say, and there you go, I called it. And that's game 2. So there you are, 1 each. I'll go through the graphs and charts for this one. And look, yeah, I was ahead. It was just that first engagement where I fought the enemy without a vehicle in front of my oil derrick. That just, I didn't recover from it, because a player as good as this won't let you get away with a stupid mistake like that. Stupid Dvoid. I would like to have smashed him the second game as well as the first. But there you go, there's your army graph. Earnings, yeah, fairly even for earnings. Like, I was struggling myself, but I did some damage to his economy. Army graph, my opponent's got a decent army. Not a massive one, but it's alright. It's a 15,000 army value, actually, so it isn't a very large army. I thought he had a lot more than that, to be fair. Interesting. But he lost 5 structures, I lost 18 during that beating. My opponent killed 242 units, I killed 185. My opponent killed 66,000 credits worth of my assets, and I killed 44,000 credits worth of theirs. No support powers in effect. They focused on standard mass production. There you go, yeah, still building refineries and tanks, etc. So yeah, that's good. Economy, he's got 6 ore truck left. My opponent earned 83,000, I earned 74,000, so not bad for economy at all. And there you go, got a bit of cash left each, not a lot, we were using what we earned. My opponent was at 27 actions per minute, I was at 30 actions per minute, and there's the scores, 664, 427, and there's all your stats and charts, basics, etc. If you enjoyed what you saw, those games, give us a sub and a like. I hope you enjoyed them. Take good care of yourselves. Thank you very much for watching, and for now, goodbye.
Battle control terminated.